Okay, today we're doing like a studio vlog because there's a bee in my studio. Oh my god. How did you get in here? Oh my god. Well, I literally just got here. We're off to a great start, I guess. Ooh, ew. Okay, I'm good. I'm okay. Anyways, I'm shipping 2 paintings that sold. Life has been chaos, like truly chaos. Let me fill you besties in. Went to Menards and I got some materials for the paintings I sold. I'm so excited. So this one sold. This is a painting I made about my love life, which is really sweet. I might actually ask the buyer if they want to pick that up this weekend at my workshop. I'm doing a workshop at my favorite art museum this weekend on Saturday at the Minneapolis Institute of Art. I'll be in the studios and I'm doing a still life workshop, so I'll have still life set up throughout the room that you can draw and paint from, and then I will be making a painting myself. I think I'm going to bring my large 30 by 40 canvas. I wonder if they have an easel I could use there. Anyways, this is actually a painting that I made from the event. I did the same thing last summer for Pride Month, just like about like queer painting, still life, how to integrate queer ideas into what you're making, and how to set up a still life to kind of symbolize and communicate things. I think about still lifes a lot as like portraiture. If you collect or arrange these objects into a still life, they can say something about a person or life in general. Still life, duh. Yeah, this is from a setup that I did in the museum last time I was there. I'm really excited about it. I have to do a little bit of shopping this week to grab a few more like objects. And I'm thinking some like tablecloths too, because I want the tables that they sit on to be interesting as well, maybe some patterns and texture. So yeah, that's this weekend. I'm really excited about it. It should be really fun. It should be cool. I love doing workshops like that, especially with museums. I also got some wiring to put on the back of these. My prices increased for these smaller ones, and I want them to be able to hang it right away if they don't want to frame it. Okay, also, I have to talk about this for a minute. I have been listening to the new Taylor Swift album nonstop. I'm not a Swiftie, but wow, the album is great. And I think I realized why I think it's great. I learned that it was produced by Aaron Dessner, and like everything made sense once I learned that. The album to me sounds very nostalgic of like the era in life of like late Tumblr, 2014, 2015 relationships and aesthetics. I'm also absolutely here for the Maddie Healy dragging that's happening, especially in The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. Wow. I literally contacted a therapist this morning because of this album, mostly that song. And I was like, oh, this is bringing some shit up that I haven't thought about, and I think I kind of just pushed back for a long time. I should probably talk to somebody about it. So shout out Taylor Swift for making me go back to therapy. Also, like I said, I'm not a Swiftie. I have very strong criticisms about Taylor Swift, as I do Beyonce, as I do any billionaire. I don't know, it's hard, right? Because like I firmly believe you cannot separate the art from the artist. And I think that's why there are some really important and strong criticisms happening about Taylor Swift's newest album, because like it's an extension of her. So yeah, I think it's important to just like consume media with a critical lens. You can still enjoy things. Like I'm really enjoying most of the album. But it's also important to think critically. Like media literacy is essential. So that's what I've been thinking about a lot. My life is also like low-key in shambles right now. My husband got laid off from his job a week and a half ago, and it kind of just like flipped our life upside down. It was completely unexpected. They told him it was purely economical, and they let him go out of the blue. It was like the day before, our life was just like normal and like stable. And we've kind of built this stability that we never had before over the last 2 years. And then within a 9-minute Zoom meeting, that was all kind of ripped away from us. So that's been a lot to deal with over the last week and a half. Also just like knowing that, I don't know, just like feeling kind of some pressure as like the breadwinner right now, pun intended, that like I have to float our boat for a little bit. And so I am so grateful. I put out a sale on my website and was transparent with y'all and people like my friends and followers on Instagram and TikTok that like I need to sell some art right now because I need kind of a little cushion. I need some support. We need some support. My family could really use a cushion because we do kind of scrape by in life. We were comfortable, but we were still, like most people, paycheck to paycheck. It's a little bit stressful, and I'm feeling some pressure to kind of have to be responsible for the only income we have until he can find another job. And so that's a lot. I'm confident I can do it. I put myself out here all the time. I'm so thankful for everybody who ordered prints and paintings. 2 paintings sold. That was a huge, huge relief for me. It's also just like really nice to see these going to forever homes, like not sitting in my studio. So that's cool. If you bought anything from my website, I owe you my life. Thank you so much. We feel the support and we are grateful for it. I need you to know that. But we're also like kind of dealing with, because of this unexpected change, it's like when something ends that you didn't expect, or when something happens, like a major life change, it's like a redirection. And so we are right now discussing what our future should look like and maybe like do something very different, which could look like, depending on the jobs that he applies for, maybe relocating. Maybe. I mean, we've been here for like 5 years and it's been amazing. This small town has treated us so well. But at the same time, I kind of feel like we've reached our limits and we've been content, and that's great. But I don't want to be complacent in my life. I think we're still very young. Brax is 31. I'm 28. I'm going to be 29 in less than a month. And so we are still very young. We still have a lot of life to live and like things to experience. And I don't want to be stuck or complacent. And so we're thinking like, maybe we move, maybe we go somewhere different and see what happens and see how things are. We've been thinking about Charlotte, North Carolina, because his family lives in the area and he grew up near Charlotte. And I've visited Charlotte a couple times already. And when I went there for the first time, it was a solo trip. I was actually like experiencing a heartbreak. And I took the solo trip by myself, and it was the most healing experience. I stayed with a friend that I knew through a friend. Actually knew this friend through Brax. And so I stayed with her, and we were only internet friends before that, but then we met in real life, and it was when I was literally coming to stay at her house. It was unbelievable, but she was so generous and so amazing, and we just like clicked, it was just like meant to be. Like, she's one of those friends where I'm like, you are meant to be in my life. Like, I love you immediately. But I stayed with her for like a week, and I explored Charlotte, and I just remember like going to this place called Common Market, and there was like a band playing in this like back alley, and it was like a bodega, and I was just like, we were having a beer in the front patio area, and I was just like looking around at all of these people, and I just felt so at home and like in community. Like, everyone I looked at, I was just like, you could be my friend. You could be my friend. Like, everyone was just like so fucking cool, and like I just felt like I really fit in. I don't know, I just like felt really comfortable there, and like I could navigate the city independently. I also met a lot of people from Wisconsin when I was down there, like people that moved from Wisconsin to North Carolina because it was like a better cost of living and like a cooler art scene. And as an artist, I definitely picked up on that. Like there are so many creatives there. I'm excited about the idea of maybe checking that place out. I don't know. It's a lot to consider. We're still talking about it. If we did move, it would be like end of summer. That way we can spend more time with his family too. That's my little life update. So much is going on. We'll figure it out and we'll be okay. And I feel like we are okay because of the amazing support system that we have. And you're part of that. So thank you. I love you. Okay. Okay, let's get to work. I'm gonna try to package these pretty quick, and then maybe I can paint tomorrow. It would be so amazing if I could paint this week while I also prepare for the event this weekend. Okay, let's do a little tutorial how to wire a freaking painting. Okay, so this I got at Menards, 30 pounds it holds, which is good because this is like 2 or 3, maybe 4, maybe 5. It's less than 10 pounds, obviously. So there's wire. These are called D-rings, and they have like a little hole and then this like ring where you put the wire through, and then the screw goes into the little hole. I wonder if I should get closer. See, wire goes here. This gets screwed into the side of the canvas stretcher. So I usually do this like 5 inches from the top. I'll do it between these 2 staples. It's gonna be hard to like really get you to see this, but it's fine. So between the 2 staples, do that, and you just screw it in. You wanna be careful not to split the wood, obviously, knock on wood, but just make sure it doesn't go too tight and that it's in the middle of the stretcher where the thickness of the wood is. And then you want to do the same thing level to the other side. You also want to make sure the screw goes in straight. Then you have the wire. This is 9 feet of wire. I do not need that much. Here's the wire. You want about 3 to 5 inches over here to wrap. And then you want a little bit of tug room for the nail. And then 3 to 5 more inches over here. Usually do these bends to see where it would be on the D-ring. And then with some wire cutter pliers, just snip it. Then, I'm gonna try to do this so that you can see. Wire through the D-ring. I usually wrap, twist this way, a few twists, and then you twist back a few twists too. So it's like that. Okay, and then do the same thing on the other side, but like I kind of mentioned, when measuring the wire, you want a little bit of tug room. You don't want that much because that'll go to the top. So you want it to be about 2 inches from this top stretcher bar. You want the wire to sit on the nail about 2 inches from that. That looks like it would be good. Do the same thing, wrap. Okay, so that's all wrapped. And then it hangs like this. And it'll sit on the wall nicely. And then if they want to get like a frame for it, they can get an easy floater frame and like put this in it and then screw it to the back of the stretcher. But that's that. If you want to know how to package a painting, I have a video up already about that. So we're gonna speed through this process. I probably won't. I'm not talking you through this again. Okay? We need to take a minute for the bridge. We have to take a minute. Were you sent by someone? You deserve praising, but you won't get time. The smallest man who ever lived. Fuck me up, Taylor. The painting's packaged and ready to ship. Also thinking I might list this one on my website. Something else to consider with like how much life change is happening is if we do move, I'm gonna have to leave my studio, which is really sad to think about. I'm not gonna think about it right now because I will cry. But I'm also having open studios in the summer, so maybe I can try to sell things then too. There's a lot to think about. Gotta check my calendar. Oh, I wanted to try this idea. Somebody reached out and they wanted me to customize a print. And I have one breadwinner print here that I could use, but they want it to say gluten-free above breadwinner, which I think is adorable. So I'm gonna try that right now. Okay, so the only two sizes I have of this print in my studio right now are an 8x10, and then pretty sure this is 24x30. It's 24x30, okay, that's what I thought. The writing on it is too in the center, like there's not really space for me to put it here without it looking weird because it'll be really tiny. Maybe I could bring this into Photoshop and get rid of this writing, get that printed, shipped to me, and then I could write gluten-free breadwinner in that. So there's no space for this unless it went underneath, but again, it would just look weird and small. Okay, we thought about it. It's not gonna work today, but I'm gonna problem solve and try to make that for her because I think that's a really cute idea. I've been like taking on more commissions lately too, which feels weird, but it's good. If I set boundaries and certain parameters, and if I only take on things that I would actually want to paint, then it makes sense. So I have 2 commissions that I have to wrap up this week, which I will do tomorrow because I'm not in painting clothes. Yeah, I think that's all I can do today in here. I think I'm gonna go home now and order the rest of the prints that need to be ordered. If you're waiting on a print tracking number, it's on the way. This was like a vlog more than like an intentional video, but I kind of want to like throw some of these videos into my YouTube channel as well, just to like show you the reality of like what I do and who I am. So thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, hit all the good buttons, subscribe, and let me know what you want to see next. So very grateful for you. I love you.